Stoller Nation, interesting developments, man, with this Rampage Jackson guy, bro. Like, as we all know, he did a mad thing, man. You know, he lost his head and he almost killed the guy, man. He literally almost killed the guy, bro. Like, I almost forgot about this whole situation, but like, you know what? Let's just go back and actually watch the video, man, because I've actually forgotten how bad how this guy gave him a beating, bro. Things like this, Twitter is always the place to be. Let's actually, let's go back on this video, cause yeah, bro. I almost forgot. And looking back onto it now, it's even worse than what I initially seen the first time, bro. It's crazy. So yeah, he just basically been arrested today on a felony charge for his attack, and you know, obviously it says here his bond is set to $50,000, and you know, as you all know, his dad, Rampage Jackson, is basically kind of distanced himself away from him, which you know, many people are questioning whether that's like a good decision to do, considering that this is probably the worst time or one of the worst times of his son's life. Rampage Jackson distancing himself away from his son, is that the right thing to do? You know, because also I think Rampage Jackson also thinking about his own career as well, his streaming career. When it happened, everyone was getting onto Rampage as though he's the one who literally did the crime.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. Let the kick land and count.
I feel like that bruised his ego. And you see as a man, you see a man's ego, like, when not controlled, it's the worst thing that could happen, man. Literally, it's the worst thing that could happen, bro. Like, you're liable to do the most dumbest thing just out of, pride. And I think that's where it stemmed from, man. Apparently, I'm sure it says something about the guy had lost his tooth. Let me see if I can find more information on that. I'm sure I did see something about the guy losing his tooth, and let me try to see if I can find that one. Oh, I even forgot about this part, man, when he picked him up and slammed him. Bro, it's crazy, man. But yeah, let me try to find this. Bro. Let me go on Instagram. So yeah, he delivered over 20 punches to his head and his body. The victim was rushed to hospital with serious injuries, including head trauma, broken jawbones, missing teeth, and multiple face. I've never heard that word before, but I'm just saying lacerations. He has since been released and is recovering at home, but the severity of the attack has raised concern throughout the wrestling community. And the LAPD has opened up an investigation, man. So yeah, man, it's looking real long for this guy, bro. It's looking real long, man. And if he did actually want to pursue, MMA career, is it over now? Is it finished? Like, is anyone gonna wanna, book him? Is anybody gonna wanna work with him? But yeah, man, let me know in the comment section what you guys think, man. But yeah, he's got bond at 50K. Is Rampage Jackson gonna help him out as his son? And like, what do you think, man? Like, do you think Rampage Jackson should be there in his corner defending him, and mentally? Cause bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. If this was my son, yeah, I'd be disappointed. I'd be highly disappointed, especially knowing that I didn't raise him that way. But you can't just abandon him, man. He's not got a mom. His mom died, and his one parent that he has left abandons him. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's see what Rampage Jackson. Let me type in Rampage Jackson.
Kill that man. Where would we be? Thank God, where would we be if Roger would have killed that man? where would we be? Thank God Syko Stu, you know what I'm saying, pulled through. You know, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I stopped listening to the attorneys. I got really upset with all the death threats and all this stuff. And I wanted Syko Stu to tell his part that my son did not sneak up on him. And I never heard him say that. So now I'm upset. Now I'm upset. Now I'm upset with Syko Stu because he didn't come out and say, oh, whoa. Yeah, what Roger did was fucked up, but he didn't sneak in the ring and do this. The shit was staged. That's all he had to say to get some of these racist ass motherfuckers out of my DMs. Hey, he's seeing all this shit how it fucking blew up and stuff like that. He should at least said something.
Okay.
Take some accountability. Like honestly, everybody was wrong. Roger was the most wrong. Everybody was wrong, but none of this shit ever would have happened if Syko Stu never hit.
I don't know. Let's see what the comments are saying about this. Yeah, it's just some racist comments. But yeah, man, people, let me know what you feel about this, man.
All work out. Yeah, hello. I appreciate it. I didn't know. I camera. I get it. We're working out. Well, he's gonna come out on your mat, Juice. I know you keep thinking we're working. We're always working. I get it. Yeah. I get it now. Now you know what I'm saying?
He's saying he must have came out, they shook hands, and then yeah, this is where he came in and put a beating on him, bro. Yeah, crazy. But yeah, man, that's it from me, man. Just a quick update on that, people. But yeah, man, as usual, people, you know, let me know what you feel about that, man. Like, do you think that Rampage Jackson is right to like separate himself and distance himself away from his son? And yeah, like, do you think that if he tries to pursue an MMA career after this, has he got any hope? Is there any chance for it, bro? But yeah, man, as usual, people, like, subscribe. I'm out.